Hey everybody, the Gen X Effect here. Welcome to my channel. One love. So I wanted to talk about something I've been seeing a lot across the tube, especially with a lot of my subscribers, and that's mental health. Um, Mental health is deeply woven in my life. Just to go ahead and put myself out there and vent myself to y'all, I suffer from PTSD, childhood PTSD, and traumatized PTSD later in life. Borderline personality disorder. I was a bad self harmer for a very long time. I cut, burnt myself, broke my bones. Um, Anything to cause physical pain to myself. I was real bad with that for a long time. I am bipolar. Um, I'm less bipolar these days. I don't know if I'm aware of it more and I'm careful with it, or if I've gotten older and it's thinned out, or I've just gotten better. I don't really know. I'm not the extreme I used to be. I lived on my highs. I loved being upbeat and just extreme at all times. I was the life of the party and the noisiest person in the room. I lived on it. And when I was in my lows, I was deep in my lows. You didn't see me. I hibernated. I'd be gone for weeks or a month at a time, just not come out, not be part of life or part of people's livelihoods. Um, but that's gotten way better. I'm sure, I know I'm positive a good part of it is recognition. I recognize things now with education and tools that I was given to put in my toolbox to help me out. But it just seems like I'm really my bipolar just seems a whole lot less active in actually quite a few years now. I have been placed in mental hospitals. Well, in hospitals with mental wards. I've been TDO, temporary restraining order. Temporary restraining order. What is it? It's called TDO. What is it? Temporary. They restrain you in the hospital for a set amount of days until a judge looks and makes sure you're okay and says, okay, you can go home. Medications, I've been on so many different types of medications. I've had one give me permanent restless leg. I used to be a 230-pound man. I'm a 330-pound man. Medication blew me up. Blew me up and created an eating disorder in a way. You know, it's not a disorder, but just I eat so much. You know, I got to the point where I eat so much, and it just blew me up. And it was the medicine that was doing that. And medicines that had sexual effects. You know, especially in my early 30s, that was crazy. Um, or sexual side effects. Um, so yeah, I'm well versed in it. Um, Been in and out of counseling and therapy. Oh, the first time I think I was 13. I had court ordered counseling I was required to go to because I was a little troublemaker, a little hellion. Got into some stuff, and the judge decided I needed to see a counselor. And had a little fact, when the first day I went to counseling, the first night, I was sitting in the waiting room, and it was the premiere of Guns N' Roses' "Welcome to the Jungle" was playing on the radio, and that was the first time it had been played on the local radio. Um, so that's how long I've been going to therapy. You look up "Welcome to the Jungle" the song, uh, and see about when it come out, and that's when Lil Clint was in therapy. And I bucked it so hard. I wanted nothing to do with that old dude sitting there trying to talk to me and ask me all these personal questions. I was 13 and rebellious and just didn't give a crap, And at least last thing I wanted to do was some old guy that I didn't know asking me personal questions that I wouldn't even tell people I did know. I bucked it so hard. Ended up at 14 going into AA for the first time. So, to me, AA was always a form of therapy. And I bucked that hard. That was also court ordered. Um, it was a while before I took that serious. I was definitely an adult. And I've been in therapy and uh, through psychiatry and psychiatrists and counseling ever since, group therapy. I haven't done it in a very long time. Haven't been to AA in 6 or 7 years. Um, but for a long time, I was very heavily engulfed in therapy and counseling. A lot of it court mandated, which worked out for me because I needed it. But it ended up being a beautiful thing once I grasped it, once I understood. And I'll tell you, I come to understand my issues. I was in trouble and was on probation, so I couldn't smoke broccoli no more. And when I was forced to quit, a lot of things come to surface on me that I didn't realize was there. And emotions and thoughts and just actions. And it was my mental illness coming to the top. And I had been suppressing it so long by self-medicating with the different types of drugs and alcohol that I just didn't realize it was there. And when it hit me, I was in my late 20s, and when it hit me, it hit hard. Um, and I was out of control. That's why I got TDO'd. I had the police. They were taking me to the hospital and signing me over and taking me to these places and dropping me off for a week. And it was a shameful thing that happened a few times. But it was the best thing. I didn't want to be there no more. I'd been incarcerated a few different times and stuff, and I was finally at a point where I was like, man, I'm just tired of giving my time and my life to people behind walls and stuff and being told what to do, and I'm just not a good person to tell what to do, so it just didn't work for me. So I started taking this a little serious to at least appease them and get through it, and some of it took, and they put me on medications, and I'm not a fan of the medications, and I'm off all the medications. But at the time I needed them. They slowed me down enough. They slowed my mind down enough to make me realize I did have some issues that I was denying, and I needed to work on them. So that's what I did. I worked on them. I did not want to be that way. I didn't want to be known as that person. I didn't want to have memories of being that person anymore. I didn't want to create new memories of that guy. I didn't want to be upset and angry with the world all the time anymore. It hurt. It literally hurt my stomach being mad all the time, and I was a very angry individual. I was a very angry individual. And I wanted something different. So I had to really pay attention to this stuff, and they were giving me tools to put in my toolbox, and I really had to use them, and they came in handy. They did. And slowly I was able to reshape patterns in my life to help keep me out of situations, and changing people, places, and things is one of the things they teach you in AA. And KISS, keep it simple, stupid. So I reshaped some thoughts and patterns, and I started staying away from certain things and certain places and people, things that would just push me over the edge or could push me. Wasn't necessarily I was going to have an issue, but I could have an issue, so it's best I just not go there. I started surrounding myself with better people. That's probably the biggest trick I did. I started surrounding myself with positive, upbeat, healthy individuals who gave a shit about life, who wanted the best in life, that didn't want to drain every day and just squabble it away like it isn't precious. Every moment's precious, I found out. Like, you can't get that back. You cannot retrieve it back. It's once you do it, it's gone. What did you do with it is what matters. And I just didn't want to be that way no more. Now, I'm not saying this as a blanket statement. I don't want anybody to think I'm making a comment. I hated it when people would say it, like, well, just get better. Just stop being that way. Just stop being mean. Just stop being mad. Just stop getting angry. It don't work that way. And I hope I don't come across as making it sound like I'm saying that. I'm telling you, for me, I was slowed down enough with the medication that I was able to grasp some things going on in my life. And I had some other factors too that helped me. One of them being, and I won't get into it right now, but I'll glance around it. One of them being was one of the things that I was angry about in my life from the time I was about, let's say 4. I was a child of 4. That's when I remember this one particular thing happening that I was so angry about until 31, 32 years old. And I found out the truth about that situation. And what I was told was the truth originally was the cleaned up version because I was a child and didn't need to know the details. But that's the only story I knew. And I was angry at certain people very close to me for a long time. And this anger developed me into who I was as a child because I just hated the world. I hated everybody in it. I was going to be the biggest, baddest son of a bitch there was. Wasn't nobody ever going to hurt me again. I wasn't going to allow nobody to hurt nobody else while I was around. That was just it. That was me shutting that off. And I'm okay with the thought process of how it made me. I'm not okay with the anger I carry because that anger put me in so many bad situations. I purposely would get in bad situations because I was angry. And I just wanted to hurt somebody. And, when you find out at 31 that what you've been upset about and what has hurt you was never real, it was never the truth, it really changes your perspective on things. Because then you got to ask yourself, well, what else wasn't real? What else have I been carrying that just doesn't exist? That I created in my head or was a story I was told and I took it as gospel at a young age and never bothered to investigate, later on in life to see if there was truth to it. Nope, I just believed this and it set me in motion to be a certain way. And if I'd have known that truth at a younger age, man, I'd have been such a different human. I'd have been such a different man. I know this because I know my abilities and I know what I did accomplish as a youngster. And that was half-assing. And I can only imagine if I'd have had my head on right, if I'd have actually applied. Don't want to make out like I was great, but I was pretty damn good. I'm one of them people, how do I say this without sounding conceited? I'm one of them people that just has a knack for doing things well. Now, there's some things I don't do well, but I'm the kind of person, if I can't do something well, I don't do it. I have nothing to do with that. That's not my wheelhouse, so I don't mess with it. If I'm doing something, if I'm telling you I'm cooking a steak, or if I tell you I'm painting a house, or changing a boiler in a basement, or working on a chilling tower at a power plant, I'm good at that. That's just the way it is. It's just the way I was made. I don't know why. I have a knack for picking up things. You explain something to me, you let me see how it operates. 1, 2, 3, I got it together. It's just something I've been blessed with, and I'm very happy to be that way. It's probably why I've had so many different types of jobs, because I pick up things so quick. The problem is when I pick them up after a couple of years, I get very bored. I get very bored of being complacent. So I'm off to try new things, and the economy didn't help. But anyway, I'm getting on a tangent. That's getting off subject. That's another subject. I just wish that I had known some of these facts at a younger age, and my life would have been very different. But it turned out how it turned out, and I am who I am, and I'm where I'm at, and that's okay. I've got a grasp on things now. So I wanted to mainly do this video because I've seen a lot of my subscribers talking about mental health, and I guess I mainly want you to know that I understand. When you see me talk in your lives or you see me talk on your page, or you're under one of your videos, I don't want you to think he's just another dude that's just commenting or saying something. I don't say a whole lot because it's a touchy subject, and I don't want to trigger nobody. And I hope I don't trigger nobody bringing things up here. But it needed to be said. I wanted you to know that I understand. I wanted you to know that there's a good chance I've been through that. I've experienced that in one form or another, whether it be with myself or with another individual. You know, like I said, I spent a few times in a mental ward, so I've been around some people and I've learned things. And my best learning was always with other people. Counselors were great. Psychiatrists could be good. Psychologists were okay for the medication. But the group counseling with people who are actually feeling what I'm feeling and know what I'm saying when I say it, that's where I excel. That's where I got my best help, and that's where I was able to offer my best help. So I have a lot of, I want to use the word experience, but I've been around a lot of that. I've been through around a lot of rough people. Um, been around a lot of illegal activities since the day I was born. So I've seen a lot. I've been part of a lot. Been involved in it. Been a witness to it. Um, and I just want you to know I understand. And I want you to know it's okay. And I want you to know I'm glad you're here on YouTube. Um, don't allow that to affect you anymore as best you can. Find a way to just not allow it. Just realize you're in a new place now. You're in a new world. And you get to make the rules for you. You don't have to let that bring you down anymore. You don't have to let that be a weight and a burden you have to carry, at least not while you're on here. Come here, relax, chill, talk to us. Let us know what's going on. Let us know what's going on great, how your life's excelling. Let us know what's bothering you, what's bringing you down. See if we can bring you out of it. I just want you to know you ain't alone. And you are understood. And it's okay. And if you ain't got nothing to talk about, then talk about nothing. Just do that. There's some of us that will just listen. Talk about nothing. It's okay. So with that, I don't want to make this video too long. It's been weighing on me and I wasn't for sure how to address it. I said, well, I'll just make a quick little video. It's already almost at 20 minutes or getting up that way, so I don't, so much for quick. But I wanted you to know. Gen X Pawpaw loves y'all. Okay? This is a safe place. It's okay to be here. It's okay to talk about what you want to talk about. It's okay to not talk about anything at all. Just be okay with yourself. Take it a little easy on yourself today. Pat yourself on the back a little bit for getting up, for trying, for taking that step. And then seek out positive influences. Seek out positive people. Seek out people that are willing to help, that has knowledge on this stuff. Don't surround yourself with a bunch of yes people that'll just tell you what you want to hear because it makes you feel good. No, you need to be around people that actually tells you what it is, not what you want it to be. But they can do it in a gentle way. They can do it in a loving way. I mean, I firmly believe in tough love, but tough love with a kiss on the hand. You know, tough love with a hug. I want you to know, I believe in you. It's okay. And you're not alone. So with that, I'm going to hop off here. I look forward to seeing y'all again. Can take time, like, subscribe, share if you want to. And that's it. All right? You're worth it. Keep doing it. Stay strong. Gen X Pawpaw's in your corner. All right? One love, y'all.